Hey guys, I came on today to go over a poem that I really love. The title of it is Gate A-4, and you can see Naomi Nye is the author. And she has a really unique background where she has an American mother and a father from Palestine. I don't think I mixed that up. Anyways, she has that mix of the two different worlds and she puts them together and brings out a really cool poem about what happens when we trust strangers and when we offer ourselves to assist them. And it's really just a theme of happiness. And it makes us question, why do we fear strangers? What causes us to feel comfortable going up to somebody and to possibly shy back? And it just brings out some of the positiveness of going out there and being able to help others and how it benefits all, not just one. So I think that's just a cool theme, and it's an uplifting type of poem, which is really needed sometimes. So I'm going to read it, but I will be stopping and discussing different parts of it throughout the poem. It's a really easy read on a side note because it is a narrative poem, so it's much more story like. But there are still a few things to point out and not really bring interpretation to, but just bring light to and discuss. Okay. Wandering around the Albuquerque airport terminal, after learning my flight had been delayed 4 hours, I heard an announcement. If anyone in the vicinity of gate A4 understands any Arabic, please come to the gate immediately. Well, one pauses these days. Gate 4 was my own gate. I went there. So a little bit of hesitation, but you know what? I speak the language and it is my gate. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to go there and see what happens. An older woman in full traditional Palestine embroidered dress, just like my grandma wore, was crumbled to the floor wailing. Help, said the flight attendant. Talk to her. What is her problem? We told her the flight was going to be late and she did this. I stooped to put my arm around the woman and spoke haltingly. Shudao a shubidak habiti, stani shwe min fadalik shubit sewe. And I apologize because I know that I mispronounced that, so please forgive me. I tried my best. The minute she heard any words she knew, however poorly used, she stopped crying. She thought the flight had been canceled entirely. She needed to be in El Paso for major medical treatment the next day. I said, no, we're fine. You'll get there just later. Who's picking you up? Let's call him. So here's this woman who has a medical treatment she has to have done the next day. There's a language barrier where she can't understand what's happening and no one to help her. So the airlines ask, and luckily the narrator goes up and offers her assistance and her help. The second the woman hears the language, the second there's a connection, she feels better. There's hope where all was lost. So now they have this bond between the two of them, and the woman calms down. What a wonderful thing. Unfortunately, how many people would have heard that announcement and said, well, I'm hungry, I'm going to get my food, I don't want to bother with it. Or who knows what's going on? I don't trust somebody else, or I have my own things, someone else will help. That tends to be like the busy way of society that we are. And this woman made such a difference by going up and offering assistance. So let's see what happens. We called her son. I spoke with him in English. I told him I would stay with his mother till we got on the plane and ride next to her. She talked to him. Then we called her other sons just for the fun of it. Then we called my dad and she spoke for then we called my dad and he and she spoke for a while in Arabic and found out, of course, they had 10 shared friends. Look at that. There's a connection. The world is so small. If you randomly meet someone and start talking, there's probably a connected friend or an event that you both go to or an activity that you both enjoy. There's going to be something that brings you together. It's just a matter of kind of discussing it and waiting and finding that point. Um, then I thought, just for the heck of it, why not call some Palestinian poets I know and let them chat with her? This all took up 2 hours. Not a bad 2 hours. If you have a 4 hour wait, it beats being bored or maybe just people watching. Instead, you form this connection and a friendship with someone. That's awesome, I think. She was laughing a lot by then, telling of her life, patting my knee, answering questions. She had pulled a sack of homemade mamul cookies, little powdered, sugary, crumbly mounds stuffed with dates and nuts from her bag, and was offering them to all the women at the gate. To my amazement, not a single woman declined one. Why might she be amazed by that? Nobody declined the cookies. Why is that huge? Probably because so often um, you feel like someone's offering you something, but then they're going to want something of you. Or someone's offering you something, but you don't have trust. But this time, everybody had a connection and a bond. And through those cookies, it really formed a beautiful unity of people from all walks of life. It says, the traveler from Argentina, the mom from California, the lovely woman from Laredo. We were all covered with the same powdered sugar and smiling. There's no better cookie. And then the airline broke out free apple juice in huge coolers, and two little girls from our flight ran around serving it. And they were covered with powdered sugar too. And I noticed my new best friend. By now we were holding hands, had a potted plant poking out of her bag, some medicinal thing with green furry leaves. Such an old country tradition. Always carry a plant, always stay rooted to somewhere. And I looked around that gate of late and weary ones and I thought, this is the world I want to live in, the shared world. Not a single person in that gate, once the crying of confusion stopped, seemed apprehensive about any other person. They took the cookies. I wanted to hug all those other women too. This still can happen anywhere. Not everything is lost. Kind of brings forth the theme of happiness and the connection. And when you have a connection, the happiness that you feel. Unfortunately, we're too quick to be apprehensive, to judge, rather than to accept. Everybody does things a little bit differently. Everyone has different traditions, different ways of parenting, different ways of living their life. But we're all in this world together. So when we unite and come together, we're celebrating the beauty of the world, of all of our differences, and the fact that despite them all, we can connect. It doesn't matter where we live, it doesn't matter if there's a language barrier. We are all the same humans. And unfortunately, it takes tragic events sometimes to bring people together. Right now, in this pandemic, we see all sorts of people coming together and bonding, people you would never expect. I know my neighbors better now than I ever have. Um, we're all in this fight against a virus together. So that is one positive that comes out of it. But it shouldn't be something negative that brings us together. Instead, I think this poem is calling out to us to unite and to come together and to celebrate and appreciate each other and enjoy each other as people. And I don't think there's a better message out there. So if you are reading this for enjoyment, I hope you continue to enjoy it. And if you're reading it for assignment, I hope I helped you understand the main points of it. I hope everyone has a great day as well. Thanks, guys.